Vice Chair Bailey, good to see you.
Good to see you as well, sir.
We are all here. I will call the meeting to order. The time is 10:05, and I call the April 14th, 2022 Planning Board meeting to order. We have the following board members with us. We have Vice Chair Bailey, we have Commissioner Dorner, we have Commissioner Giraldo, and myself, Chair Shapiro. Commissioner Washington is absent for the day. Move forward to the business at hand. Please note that the deadline for all participant pre-registration and for all submission of materials and exhibits was 12 noon on the Tuesday before the Planning Board meeting. This deadline is shown on the screen and announced in every weekly meeting. It's posted on our website, and it is clearly stated in bold red in our weekly published Planning Board agenda. Registered speakers may join the meeting with the link provided in the email provided by the Planning Board office, or listen by phone by utilizing the call-in number provided in the email. Of course, anyone may tune in to watch the Planning Board meeting via live stream. If you wish to speak or become a person of record, you may use our online web form, as you can see described on the screen. In addition to the commissioners, we are joined by Peter Goldsmith, our senior counsel. We have our Deputy Director, Derek Berlage, for the Planning Department. We have Jessica Jones, Planning Board Administrator, Joe Parsons, the Technical Hearing Writer, James Hunt, Division Chief, Development Review Division, Kenneth Flanagan Sr., not Kenneth Flanagan Sr., Kenneth Flanagan is our Senior Planning Technician, and he'll guide us through the exhibits. And Robert Getz is our technical guru who will be helping us out behind the scenes. And with that, let me move on to the first item on the administrative agenda, which is the consideration of the draft minutes of April 7, 2022.
Move approval.
Thank
Second.
you. We have a motion by Commissioner Giraldo. We have a second by Vice Chair Bailey. Any discussion? Hearing none. I will call the roll. Vice Chair Bailey.
Vote aye.
Commissioner Dorner.
I'll abstain since I wasn't present for the last meeting, but I'll have some other comments for the item today after reviewing the testimonies and everything.
Thank you, Commissioner Dorner. Commissioner Giraldo.
Vote aye.
And I vote aye as well. The ayes have it. Commissioner Dorner, did you were not voting on this, right?
Correct. I'm just going to abstain from this.
Okay, so the vote is 3-0. Thank you very much. There are no consent agenda items submitted for approval, so we'll move on to the regular agenda items. And we'll begin with with item 5, which is the resolution of adoption for the preliminary Adelphi Road UMGC-UMD Purple Line Station Area Sector Plan. That is PGCPB number 2022-41, and a resolution of the adoption for the preliminary Adelphi Road UMGC-UMD Purple Line Station proposed sectional map amendment, which is 2022-42. You mentioned this before, but Commissioner Dorner, I believe you have a statement regarding your participation in this item. We could have that again for the record.
Sure. Yeah, so even though I was absent during last week's Planning Board meeting, I feel comfortable being able to cast informed votes on the two resolutions for us today. If we go back to last year on October 28th, I was present at the Planning Board meeting when the preliminary Adelphi Road UMGC-UMD Purple Line Station Area Sector Plan and the corresponding sectional map amendment were before us for permission to print. I was also present for the joint public hearing held on January 18th of this year on the master plan and the SMA. And so I heard the public testimony then, reviewed the exhibits that were submitted for that hearing. And then to prepare for today, I watched staff's presentation from last week with all of you present. Congratulations on starting. And reviewed the summary and analysis that they had prepared of the testimony that was received both on time and it was received after the fact, but before the hearing. I'll go ahead and echo my colleagues' comments that the level of effort and the amount of work that they prepared for this item was phenomenal. It's over 600 pages for one of the documents. And I'm very happy to see this going forward. It's in my backyard, and a lot of the improvements that are happening in this area are quite welcome, especially around the transit-oriented development kind of nature of it. So I'm ready to vote on the item today if a motion is made.
Thank you, Mr. Dorner. It's very helpful. Any other
Mr.
questions
Chair,
or comments about that? Yeah, Commissioner Giraldo.
I'm prepared to make a motion.
Before we do that, let me just add a couple of quick things. I want to note that I will be abstaining from voting for this item as I have not reviewed the record. And also, we have a few brief comments from staff as well before we have a motion. So let me turn to Ms. Panase, who I understand is going to be providing an update on two minor changes made on the staff recommendations for amendments shared with the Planning Board on April 7th. Ms. Panase.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman Shapiro. For the record, I'm Panase, and thank you so much, members of Planning Board. I'm Shubha Panase, Planner 3 with Long Range Planning Section of the Community Planning Division at Prince George's County Planning Department, and the Project Manager for the Adelphi Road UMGC-UMD, Purple Line Station Area Sector Plan and Sectional Map Amendment. I have a very quick update on two minor changes we made due to one error on the previous analysis of testimony staff recommendations, which is listed on memo to the staff memo to the Planning Board for the plan adoption that you see here, that is PG CPB 2022-41. It lists two minor changes, which is the deletion of the staff recommendation for amendment on key issue B6. The first recommendation on that occurred due to an error. And because of, there was another error where we had not renumbered the land use policy and strategies, which is the policy 6 and policy 6 point strategies LU 6.1. That's being renumbered to policy LU 5 and strategy LU 5.1 respectively. So those are the two minor changes we have made. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for staff about the changes? Seeing none, then I would look for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I recommend that we and move that we adopt the recommendations of staff and approve the resolution to adopt the preliminary Adelphi Road UMGC UMD Purple Line Station with amendments based on the record that were just relayed by staff, and transmit the adopted sector plan to the district council and pursuant to the code.
Second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Giraldo, second by Vice Chair Bailey. Is there discussion on the motion? Seeing none, and again, I'll be abstaining from this. Seeing none, I will call the roll. Commissioner Giraldo.
Vote aye.
Vice Chair Bailey.
Vote aye, and again, I would like to thank the staff for the outstanding work they did on this project.
Thank you. And Commissioner Dorner.
Vote aye.
And I'll be abstaining. The votes, the ayes have it 3-0. I believe we have another motion as well that we're looking for.
That's correct. I would move that we, the planning board, adopt the recommendations of staff and approve the resolution to endorse the proposed Adelphi Road UMGC UMD Purple Line Station Area Sectional Map Amendment with the amendments based on put on the record today, and to transmit the endorsed sectional map amendment to the district council and pursuant to the code.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a motion by Commissioner Giraldo. The motion includes the amendments that were brought to us today. We have a second by Vice Chair Bailey. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will call the roll. Commissioner Giraldo.
I vote aye.
Vice Chair Bailey.
Vote aye.
And Commissioner Dorner.
Vote aye.
And I'll be abstaining. The ayes have it 3-0. Thank you all for that. Item 6, which is the only other item on the agenda, was removed from the Planning Board agenda. So we have a very short meeting today. This concludes all the items listed on today's agenda. And that all important question of the day, Mr. Hunt, is, does this conclude business to come before the planning board today?
Yes, Mr. Chair, this concludes all business items before the planning board today. Thank you.
Thank you. So unless there's any other business from any other commissioners, I want to thank the staff for your work in advance of and during this meeting. And without objection, the meeting is adjourned.